So today I am drawing a new NPC I'm making for a brand new campaign. It's a recurring NPC, which I find is really useful for me to draw them so that I know in my head exactly what they look like, and it also helps me give a bit of character and personality to them. I don't tend to do it for one-off NPCs who only appear in one session, but for a recurring NPC I think it's a really helpful tool for creating that character. Certainly over the course of this one, it gave her more life and more personality than I had planned out for her already, so that was really useful. So this character today is a Drow, and she is meant to be a sort of guide figure for the party. As you can see, originally I started out giving her quite sort of soft, not necessarily round features, but quite, I don't know, I guess even features, is that maybe how I would describe it? But later on over the course of the drawing I decided to go for a bit more of a narrow face and a bit of a sharper look, which has made me happier that I've done the drawing in the first place, because that's the sort of thing that I do it for. I mean, of course, I do show the drawings to my party as well. It's a useful tool for them to be able to see. I think it's always fun to be able to give handouts as a DM, and I think it just adds to a better player experience. Though I don't do them as often as I would like, I really should. I think that if I were more prepared I would. Oh, that's interesting. In the screen capture you cannot see my sketch layer at all. I could when I was drawing it, obviously. I have a female Drow as a main NPC in an older campaign I did a while ago, which I had one of the same players in that campaign as well, so I was very conscious of trying to make her both visually different and, more importantly, different in her personality and her role, which I think I managed to achieve. My other Drow had a bit more of a heart-shaped face and was quite, I guess, confident and talkative, whereas this character is a bit more reserved, a bit more measured in her responses. I also, in this layer, started to think a little bit more about details, how the cloak is put together. For example, I went for the simple little brooch thing, and went for a few more details on the clothing as well. I like a little bit of pattern. I think it just looks nice. I hate drawing in profile. I really need to get better at it. It's something that I really would like to improve on. But I think this turned out okay in the end. It could have been better. I think I definitely could have given her a more distinctive nose shape, because I find with nose shape it's a lot easier to demonstrate the shape from profile than from the front, and I could have made that a little more interesting, but I didn't. But that's okay. In terms of colouring in, I quite like the new brushes that Procreate's introduced in the drawing section. I think they're really fun. I especially like colouring with the opacity down a little bit, and I can sort of layer my paint a bit better. It's quite nice. I can get a sort of varied tone. For Drow skin colours, I tend to go on a sort of slightly purplish grey, but of course, I mean, it varies a little bit. This sort of has ended up my default, if you like, of the default colour I go for Drow. I've just realised I have not given her a name yet, so if anyone has any ideas for a name, please leave a comment down below. Would be a big help. I find naming characters really difficult. I guess quite an elegant name might suit her. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. No idea. Throw anything at me, I'm sure there'll be something I'll like. I always find that I get so attached to my NPCs. I love them to pieces, and even ones that only show up for sort of one session and are just sort of there. Any NPC that I have planned beforehand. I tend to think, yes, this is my new child, I love them so much. I don't understand why my party doesn't feel the same. Why am my party not all emotionally invested in every single of the many characters I throw at them? Why is that? My second ever DM made a character who I absolutely adored and was my character's best friend, and we loved him to pieces. He was always so happy and upbeat and fantastic to just be around, and we loved all the scenes that he was in. And so naturally he had to die in my arms. It was fine. It was, yeah, we all cried. We all cried around the table. 4 of us, just in tears, including the DM. But that's a show of good writing, a show of the DM skill that he managed to get us to that emotional point. And I still sort of I don't strive for tragedy in my campaigns, not at all, but I strive to make characters likeable enough that the players get attached to them in that way and form that connection with the characters. I think that's one of the most important parts about a long-running campaign, is that attachment. I always find adding the whites of the eyes suddenly brings the character to life when it comes to colour. Before that they look really flat, and then suddenly, woo, oh look, she's there, she's looking at me. Well, not directly at me, but you know, she's looking, she's alive. Yeah, once I had done the pink eyes, I thought, oh gosh, yeah, no, I definitely want to go for more pinks and purples in the colour palette tone-wise. And yeah, I think that was a good shout. It's quite stereotypical for a Drow to have a purple colour scheme, but you know, it's an NPC, it's fine. Yeah, she's basically done here. Just a little bit of shadow in the background. And here she is. Here is my new Drow guide NPC. Let me know what you think of her in the comments. And yeah, I will speak to you guys soon.